So what I want to talk about today is all about routine. So talking about morning routine, what yours looks like, how you can maybe make it a little bit more beneficial for you, what are the actual benefits of that, and then overall routine, how to make it stick for you and how to kind of plan around things that you might run into throughout the day. What's up, Mark? So, first thing I want to talk about is morning routine. So, what does yours look like? Does it look messy, rushed, kind of grab something and go there? Basically, the most successful people are going to have some kind of morning routine. So, what is a morning routine not? Morning routine is not some kind of competition to see who can get the most done throughout their morning. It's not some kind of thing where you're like, I'm gonna get 500 tasks done and be done for my day. No, it's not some kind of competition there. It really just allows you to begin your day with more peace, confidence, positive attitude, feeling like you're prepared to really take on your day to then do all those actions. So what I do personally for my morning routine is I like to get up, brush my teeth, obviously, drink a glass of water, and then do some kind of morning activity, whether that's take a little bit of a walk. I guess you could do some yoga or something. I do like doing yoga, but not by myself. I'm not that good. So some kind of morning activity, and then I like to, get into my journal, do some journaling. I'll write down 3 things that I'm grateful for the day. 3 things that, affirmations, so basically just compliments to myself, because who doesn't like being complimented, right? That's a good way to start your day. And then 3 visions I have. So my visions are mostly based off my business and things like that, so where I see us going and my visions for the future. But your visions can be, on your weight loss journey, they can be on getting that promotion at work, they can be on anything. So doing that, and then kind of writing down a rough little to-do list. So on this to-do list, I want to call it a power list. So if you've ever heard of powerlifting, Andy Frisella has a really good podcast on it. I want to say it's episode 107 on his MFCEO Project podcast. Be warned, it is very explicit if that's something that bothers you, but it's a really good podcast to listen to. So basically what a power list is taking about 3 to 5 to-dos for the day that are specifically going to get you closer to that ultimate goal. So you want to set these to be small, reasonable tasks that you can get done in the day confidently. But they're going to end up moving you closer to that goal. So, for example, something for me that I would put on my power list, if it was for, my business, I'm not going to put something like go to the grocery store, or I'm not going to put something like, take my dog on a walk, because that's not necessarily going to get me closer to my business goals. So, I guess putting it in terms of your health and fitness journey. If your goal is to lose 20 pounds or whatever, putting on your to-do list, pick up the kids from school, or something small run to the post office, that's not ultimately going to get you closer to your goal of losing 20 pounds. So that can be on a separate low-key list, but power list is literally just that, things that are going to put you closer to your goal. So when you're doing that, take those 3 to 5 things, literally pull up your calendar, whether you use Google Calendar, you actually use a physical calendar, whatever it is, time block those actions out on your calendar, just like you would any date, any appointment or meeting that you might have for work. Literally put them in your calendar in a time block. Say it's to work out, and your workout's going to take about an hour. So I would say give yourself a half an hour on both ends of that to kind of get to the gym, get warmed up, get back home. So I would block out about 2 hours for that time. So carving out your time is going to be really important. You definitely, every morning with your morning routine, reviewing those goals, reviewing those priorities, breaking it down into simple actions, like I said, with the power list that you can do throughout the day. Because it's really easy to get pulled into, what's up, Matthew? It's really easy to get pulled into the different chaos the day brings, between your kids wanting attention, help with the homework, between your husband or wife wanting affection, between, Netflix calling your name on that new series, between the social media that needs scrolled through, things like that. So there's lots of things that are trying to take our attention away throughout the day. So knowing your priorities and knowing exactly what your goals are gonna keep you on the best track with that. And like, with things pulling away your attention, that's something that's never going to stop. That's always going to be there. So the best defense against things pulling away your, attention and things like that. What's up, Chelsea? What's up, Kim? The best defense for that is going to be fiercely stable priorities. So every morning in your morning routine, set those priorities, set up the things that are important to you, and then set up those powerlifting tasks that are going to get you closer to those goals, because all of those things that are all vying for your attention are never going to not be there. So make sure you're really clear on what you want, or your day is going to decide how your day is going to go for you, basically. You're going to get really good at getting a lot done for other people and not so much for yourself. You're going to be acting a lot on other people's plans and not so much on your own plans. So making sure that you have clear priorities, you know clearly what you want, and plan ahead. So when I say plan ahead, I want you to think of all of the competing priorities that are going to be competing for your time. So what do you think could possibly come up? Try to think of a good. Try to think of a plan around that, basically. And when I say plan out your day, try to think of it broken down as best as possible, but at the same time, it's going to be counterproductive to try to plan out every single minute of your day, because honestly, this is real life, right? We have to be flexible. We have to be ever changing in our goals, or in not our goals, in where we're going to take our day. So try to plan ahead, but at the same time, don't try to plan everything minute by minute, because you're just going to end up getting frustrated. So the analogy that I like to use is kind of think of your life as like a big glass jar, right? So you've got big rocks in there, you've got little pebbles, and then you've got the sand. So the big rocks are going to be the things that are most necessary to be fulfilled in your life. So that's going to be like spending time with friends and family, your health, earning a living, getting enough sleep. So the basics just broken down there. Those are the big rocks that are filling up the majority of your time in that jar. Then you're going to have the little pebbles that kind of squeeze between the rocks, and that's going to be extra fun, things that you're going to add to your life to just feel satisfied, but they're not totally 100% necessary. That's going to be things like hobbies, competing, what's up, Diana, excelling at work, going above and beyond, and then just like random projects you have on the side. So those are going to be the little pebbles that fill in. And then you got the sand that can fill in through all of the cracks. And that's going to be just complete bonus activity. It's going to be enjoyable and fun, but it's definitely not crucial to your survival. It's not crucial to your fulfillment or anything. That's going to be like watching TV, playing video games, scrolling through social media, going out drinking, things like that. So thinking about your time as a jar, think about, the finite number of big rocks you can fit in there. What do you want your big rocks to be? And then what do you want, to fill in with those and your little pebbles? And then what, if there's any room left in there, what do you kind of want to dabble in just to make this process sustainable, right? And that's going to be the sand. So making sure you don't fill your jar with too much sand first, so the fun things, because then you're not going to have enough room for your big rocks and your pebbles. So if you kind of think of it like that, I think that kind of is a good breakdown, if that made sense. So last thing I want to talk about, just the benefits of having a good routine, and especially a morning routine. just to get your day started off on the right foot. So benefits are going to be the physical and emotional health. When you start your day rushed and you're going out the door and you're just running, "What's up, Rachel?" And you're just running out the door, that can be really stressful and sets up the rest of your day to be even more stressful. So kind of taking a moment just to be with yourself, doing a little bit of journaling or whatever, doing a little bit of meditation, whether that's prayer, reading, even just like literally sitting down to fully eat your breakfast kind of thing, is really going to set yourself up for a less stressed day, less overwhelm, less frustration. You're feeling really hopeful. So that's definitely a benefit. Number 2 is going to be relationships. So when we feel confident, productive, and resilient in our lives, our relationships in turn become closer, more connected, more positive. What's up, Mitchell? Next thing is going to be productivity. So when you set up your life in the morning and figure out, what your priorities are and what, how exactly you're going to set out your day, that just sets the tone for the day to be more controlled of our schedule and not letting our schedule and those competing priorities, control us. So that increases the amount of attention that we can give our tasks, and things like that. So, recap there, benefits being physical and emotional health, better relationships, more productivity. We just feel more confident in our day. We feel like, yes, we've got a plan. I'm going to go execute it. Let's go. And then taking the time, like I said, to not just have some morning movement, but to also have some kind of peace. So whether that is prayer, some kind of yoga, meditation of some kind, reading, sitting down and eating your breakfast besides grabbing a granola bar, munching on it, and rolling out the door, it's going to give us just some calm to go and attack our day. So, things to remember. Morning routine is not a competition to see who can get the most things done in the morning. It's to just set yourself up well for the day. This doesn't mean you need to get up at 4 a.m. every morning to start your morning routine. For me, that is definitely not possible or plausible or even beneficial for me. So think of something that you can do in like 30 to 60 minutes, 90 minutes if you're really feeling it. But for me, I would say about 30 minutes. Moving your body instead of grabbing your phone and scrolling through Instagram till you have to walk out the door. Just taking a little walk, doing some movement, doing some stretching, whatever it may be. But then just as important of movement is going to be the stillness. So taking that time to journal, to just have some peace, to set yourself up for the day. Fueling properly, so that's not grabbing a granola bar and going. Making some kind of like little breakfast sandwich, I do all the time. I don't know, maybe some Greek yogurt and some fruit or something going out the door. So things that are still fast but are going to give you a little bit more nutrients than just a granola bar or that black coffee and heading out the door. And then reviewing your day. So doing that power list. Like I said, if you want to check out that podcast, Andy Frisella's Powerlifting podcast, I want to say it's 107, but it's around there. Really good thing to check out for you.